warm welcome to all of you joining us at Silverstone today. So it's all about speed in today's sprint, not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Formula 4 Racing. I'm your host, Simi Skate. Well, doing a solo by the looks of it. I've sent invites out to Pillars, of course, but we'll wait and see if he joins. Just give us a moment, just in the background, trying to get somebody else in. Just hold your fire. Oh, there you go. Ready up, boys. I'll just put a message in the server. Just give me 1 second, folks. All right, folks, I am back, and yes, my microphone's a bit loud. Excuse me. Let me just turn that down. Jesus. Oh, a bit behind the 8 ball here, folks. But anyway, we'll get this one going, of course. Yes. Short qualifying. But the boys are only going to do one lap. Usually on a sprint round, we do the one-shot quali, of course, just to change it up a little bit. And, just for setup reasons, of course. Last time out, of course, was being our first sprint race. A couple of the boys readied up a bit early, and it was a struggle for the setups, of course. You carry that setup all the way through the feature race. And just to help the boys out, we put it on short. That way, there's no complaints regarding setups. They're only going to do one lap, folks. They're only going to do one lap, of course. Droftas. Oh, dearie me, it's raining. But Droftas did put the message out in the server saying sprint race today will be short qualifying instead of one shot. This is purely to give everybody a chance on setup to avoid what happened last time we did a sprint. However, you only get one lap. There's a few rules, folks. All cars must leave the pit lane between 18 and 15 minutes on the session timer. This is enough time for you boys to put your setups on and create some space on track, of course. And it's also equal conditions too. So there you go. Once you complete your lap, jump back in the pit lane and retire the car. So that's what's going to happen, folks. That is what is going to happen. So, we've got father and son in the chat at the moment. I'll tell you what, just throwing sticks and stones at each other. Ramsel's putting his hand out, looking for some rent. Junior's saying, oh, no chance, mate. No chance at all. And, Senior, there he is there, just tagging. Yes, Senior, I'm here. I can see you, mate. Hope you're well there, buddy. All right, so just as the boys put their setups on, they're probably going to have a look at the weather, what's happening for the rest of it, of course. It's raining at the moment, so, if it's not going to be wet during the sprint or feature races, of course. What? Senior. Turn that hearing aid up, my friend. Even though you're younger than me, turn that hearing aid up. Jesus. Anyway, I can hear some cars in the background. Looks like we've got some action And, well, who is that? Who is that? Just pick it up. There it is, Harass. And, well, Harass was the one that answered the late call. And, well, there you go, in the reserve livery. And, well, Senior's blaming the equipment now. Come on, Senior. Of course, well, known around the traps as the chiropractor, of course, and for very good reasons. A few seasons, well, many seasons. Jesus, Senior's going back a while now, that. But yes, I do refer to it, of course. He was in Italy once upon a time, and yes, had the TV up in the top left-hand corner of the room, of course. It was way up there, and couldn't sit down, of course, buggering his neck up. So, well, he was racing quite a fair bit back then, and well, he built a standing platform. Oh, I'm sorry, Senior, but that tickles me every time. Anyway, we Harass out there on an outlap, of course. You can see the track map. The boys got the message loud and clear. We're at 16 minutes. There's still a few left in the garage. Probably just waiting for that space, of course. Very similar to a one-shot. Oh, he's at work. Senior's at work. Well, he's tuned in anyway. And thank you very much, Senior. Awesome stuff by you, of course. But yes, watching Harass get nice and acquainted with Silverstone here. And, well, there you go. I'm not a fan of this camera here. There we go. That changes again. And, well, just prepping himself quite nicely. He'll be the first one to go around. So we might as well stick with him. Behind him, I think that might be Fury. But we will push on. Oh, and there you go. He's going in the pit lane. So, not too sure what's happening there. Yes, it will be Fury. And, well, Fury is going to take seniority. Well, excuse me. Well, there you go. Harass is not doing a quali. Well, he does. That's Harass style, isn't it? He likes to start at the back. Loves to start at the back and just pick his way through, does Harass. As, well, Fury going to get himself underway. He's going to be seniority. And, well, let's just see what Fury's got in the bag. I tell you what, since he's come on board as a full-timer again, well, he was with me in the comm box. Good old Fury, and, well, he's just leaps and bounds this season. It's great to see. A lot of them are. And, well, let's just talk a little bit about this track, of course. Of course, the great Silverstone. One of the homes, well, if not the home of Formula One. Of course, this track is 5.891 kilometres long, or 3.66 miles. The pole position is obviously on the left-hand side of the track. The lap record around here is a 1 minute 27.097, held by and set by Max Verstappen. The fastest lap around here is set and held by Lewis Hamilton with a 1 minute 24.303. And of course, you could imagine that would have been in a Q3. The maximum speeds around here, roughly around about 330 kph, full throttle, about 70% of the lap. The longest flat-out section is just over a kilometre long, measuring in at 1,034 metres. The downforce level around here, well, you can go two ways, but statistically they say it's high, which is crazy. But anyway, that's what they say. You go through 40 gear changes per lap. You're going to burn about 2.8 kilos of fuel around here per lap. And for every extra lap of fuel you will carry is going to cost you a tenth. And, well, that's a little bit of information for you as Fury's got himself nice and ready. And let's just see what he's going to set. This will be it for him. So there's no mistakes from Fury, and this is great, of course. Wet weather, tricky conditions. Fury goes whack with a 138 to get us underway. Very good by him. We've got a couple of Pumas. I do believe that is Bopton. And let's just see what Bopton's got. He's got his teammate. It might be Doolsey behind him. These two are everywhere together since they've been on board. Yeah, no worries, Pilly. Bopton goes quickest with a 37.9, and Doolsey goes quicker again with a 37.0. Fantastic. You've got an invite, Pills, so it's all good there, brother. Destroy him when you're ready as Blue Dog comes across the line with a 38.5. Not too shabby at all from the blue. As Macedonian, whereabouts is he on the back straight? I picked up the wrong Marlboro. We'll pick up our championship leader, Millie Gaines. And, well, what's Millie Gaines going to go? You're looking for a good result, is the Millie? Must have made a mistake. Oh, wowee, a 37.7. And that's it for Millie. Who else is coming across? Oh, T-Mac has invalidated. Oh, he's invalidated. Unfortunate from T-Mac. Suicide 5 on the back straight. Sending it through Maggots and Beckett's. And we'll try to pick up. Oh, no, the Mumba has invalidated as well. So I'll tell you what, Fiery Hour goes quickest. Nothing unusual there from last week, of course. On debut, the Grand Slam. Whackety whack, whack, whack from Fiery. And, well, not too far ahead of Doolsey, of course. Doolsey might like the wet weather stuff and might like this track as well. We'll bring Suicide 5 across the line here, and he sets a 1 minute 38.9. P8 for now, or P8 he will stay until someone. T-Mac Attack is out there on track, and well, didn't he invalidate? I'm pretty sure he did. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. Jesus, I need a co-commentator. All right, Pills, no worries. I'll share my screen when you get in here, and yeah, we'll take care of that. No stress at all. So, Dino will be next. Now, Dino, I'll tell you what, he's getting there, is the Dino. He's looking for a good result as well. Just, well, he's getting there, and we're pumped. We're all in his corner. And he says, 1 minute 37.9, that's the stuff, Dino. Good on you, mate. Good on you. P5, T-Mac Attack. Well, there you go. I'm not too sure if he... Oh, Johnny M4. Well, that's not what you want at the start of your lap, but there you go. Getting it all... A bit of a snap there coming out of the last corner. And we might as well sit with Johnny. Keep an eye on T-Mac Attack. What's he doing out there? He's going to set this lap. Not too sure. Can't remember if he did invalidate or not. Can't remember at all. So Johnny M4, there you go. Hasn't set a time yet. Purpling the first sector. And, well, very irrelevant with this game, I'll tell you what. Two above, two below, but when you haven't set a time, I don't know where it sits on the ballpark. But nevertheless, we will move on. It's always the same stuff, isn't it? But yes, Johnny M4 out there hasn't set a time, of course. Looking for a good result. He's got his turn of pace back, has Johnny. And it is great to see, he's just getting that setup knuckled down. And on this game, for whatever reason, it just seems to take a little bit longer than most. And, well, there you go. Pillars out there. Pillars and Dropdas. Well, Dropdas, you have got an invite as well. If you want to join me in the commentary box, you're more than welcome to, mate. I did send you one as well, mate. So, well, it is up to you. No pressure, of course. Yeah. Well, there you go. You've both got invites. So I'll leave it up to you as Johnny M4 all loosey-goosey. Well, we. And I don't know where this will be representative, of course. Couple of snaps he's had. And, well, won't be that... Well, I could be wrong, but it's a 38.5. P9 for now, or P9 he will stay. Johnny M4 will go to the garage. So will T-Mac Attack. And there you go. T-Mac put it up there in P4. And, well, that's not bad at all, T-Mac. Well done. Good job, mate. And Johnny M4, only car left out there on track. All the boys will retire, of course. And we will get this sprint race underway, folks. So Johnny out there, I tell you what, folks, oh, okay, no worries, Dulzy. No worries, Dulzy. I'll send you a few more, mate. I'll send you a few more, just in case. Oh, wrong one. That one there. There you go, mate. 3 of them on their way to you, my friend. As, well, Johnny M4 getting all the airtime in the world. And, well, something he loves. He absolutely loves it. It's Johnny M4. He'd be loving this. And, yeah, making his way back to the pit lane, of course. Yeah, only one on track. So might as well look at him instead of looking at a dead pit lane. Dropdas has timed Pillars out. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I fixed that for you, Droft. And, well, demoted Pills to a VIP and left you as moderator. So I think that should fix your issues right there. I love you, Pills, but sorry, mate. As Johnny M4 goes in the garage. And that is it. Just waiting for the boys to retire, and this will roll out. Beautiful. That worked the charm. Thank you, gentlemen. Much appreciated. Of course, could not do that without the cooperation of the boys, and very well done indeed. Thank you, gents. Much appreciated that. Now let's get racing, boys. This is where the real stuff starts, of course. And we'll just go through this running order just briefly, of course. Fiery Hour on top yet again. Dulzy, tell you what, these Pumas, they're coming alive, aren't they? Dulz Daniel, there he is there. P2, great job by him. And Milligains, our champ leader. I'll tell you what, his competition around him is, well, Tactical is not here tonight. Well, his competition around him, 2-5, did invalidate, as we'll go down to the bottom. There he is there. And your guy, JC, as well, did invalidate as well. So these boys here, 3 of them will start right at the very back. These 2 here, 2-5 and 2, and your guy JC, our resident Canadian. Well, that's just thrown the Milligains will be loving it. He'll be licking his lips because he wants to extend that championship lead, of course. I hear some rufflings in the background, and it can only be the Pilly. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Just shame that we've got such a petty man as a moderator on Discord, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it didn't. Once he did that, it didn't take you long to jump on the mic, eh? So I know your method of madness here, Pillars.
Wanted to get it out in public, you know. So.
Absolutely brilliant stuff from you, my friend. Let me just share my screen for you, Pills, and I'll get that one sorted, mate. I'll get that one sorted.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
No worries, mate.
You can.
All right.
Cool. Love that.
Is that all right?
Yes, good, mate.
Fantastic. So we've just got all that sorted, folks. Pillars is going to be sharing my live screen, of course. He did have an invite, but he's working. Pillars showing the dedication to the faithful out there. I'll tell you what, Billy. Tell you what, there's good stuff from you, mate. The Amigo is back. And, well, good to see him having... good to see him having a bit of a laugh here, of course. Xerxes, well, snipers just jumped in the chat. And, well, I mean, well, there you go. I mean, Xerxes, it's all about the team here, mate. And, well, he's in there here doing me a solid. So, I mean, that trumps anything, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll push on. As Fiery Hour, well, that's it.
It's really bad.
Well, Fiery Hour on top, of course. Dulz Daniel. These 2 are the new kids on the block. 1 and 2. Brilliant from these boys. Loving your stuff out there. Milligains, there he is there. Just letting Dulzy know. I'm here, mate. And, yeah, no chance, brother. Of course, T-Mac Attack in P4. Doing a solid job as usual. Scotty up there again. Great to see Scotty up there. And Dino as well. Good on you. Dino being the lead Castro here, Phil. And awesome to see, of course, Bop Tooney in P7. Come alive this season as the Bopton. Awesome to see from him. Everyone running the mediums, and why wouldn't you on a feature race, of course? Mr. Fury Strat there in P8. The lead Samsung. Very good from him. Not the ideal qualifying. He was the first one to blink their Pillars. And, of course, as the... oh, hang on a minute. Dulzy's saying it's not letting him take control. Ooh,
it won't. I don't know if it won't until like after the red light's gone.
There you go, Dulzy. Don't stress, mate. Don't stress. It's gonna be tortured. Just oh, Jesus, as quick as you can, mate. As quick as you can. Let's just cross everything and hope you get through okay. This game is brilliant, Dulzy. It's brilliant. As Johnny M4 there in P9. Up there is the Johnny, and good to see as well. Blue Dog in P10. Great to see the Blue Dog. And oh, who is that? Not too sure. That is a Puma in the background. Getting it all wrong. Suicide 5 in P11. There he is there. Mr. Altitude. That must have been Bopton, of course. Mr. Macedonian. Well, P12. Not the ideal spot for him. But, well, I wonder if these boys are... Well, set the car up just on the dry side. Of course, it was a wet qualifying. Broken Reptile. Welcome back, son. Well, welcome back, the Broken. A few week hiatus, but he's back. He's back in that Marlboro. Giving those lungs a good workout. Is Brad Tay in the Castrol. Well, he's missing the Paddy. The Paddy can no longer commit, and that's a shame. But, yeah, there is the Brad Tay. And Brad Tay there as well, of course. B1 in P10. B2 in P14. Old Footy Bender in P15. Harass 16th. 2-5, the Mamba in P17. And your guy, JC, rounds it out there, Pillars.
Yeah, obviously, I can't really see it. It keeps flicking black and then back onto the screen again.
I'll fix that in a second. We've got 5 lights, folks. We've got 5 lights. And what? Hey, and away we go. Well, I'll tell you what, what's going on here? What's going on? Dulcie's been disqualified. Dulcie's been disqualified. Oh, that's the game. That's the bloody game. Bloody hell. Dulcie, don't leave the lobby. Don't leave the lobby. Don't leave the lobby. And Joftas will do a share play with you for the feature race there, Pillars. But let me just change my screen for you, mate. Is that better?
Yeah, it's bang on, bang on, bang on.
Okay, no problem. All right, let's get this underway, Pills.
Yeah. Obviously, going to be a little bit messy at the start here. Always is down this first long straight. A few people obviously shuffling positions. But yeah, it'd be good to see obviously what Renegades can do against Fire Royale this week. See if he's got any answer for him. Yeah,
exactly right. Of course, well, I mean, didn't he let everybody know where he was and who he was all about? What's going on in the background there? We've got a gaggle of cars. Look at this, Pillars. Holy shit. The two Samsungs almost wingman. And that is Suicide Fire. Oh, Footy Bender's got a start of dreams. Going through Maggots and Beckett's. Have a look at that. Oh, Suicide Fire's got it all wrong. He's under the pump from Harass. This is a stunning lap one. Harass from the back of the grid. Already up his P11.
Yeah, obviously this is absolutely mental. There's action everywhere at the moment. Two Samsungs obviously making that track as wide as they can, parking their two cars next to each other so they can't get through. But obviously Broken Reptile and your guy JC at the back having a little bit of a ding dong as well.
Absolutely is. T-Mac attack and Fury. Fury's gone up 4 places as Fiery Hour goes whack with the fastest lap. Milligame's trying to hang on to that DRS, of course. It will be enabled in a lap. And, well, that's the glory zone, of course. That's just going to help him ever so much. Just hang on and if not overtake Fiery. Of course, only 9 laps here in the sprint race for Pillars. And, well, you want to make those moves early, especially being out of position at the start.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, still 1 lap in qualifying, it puts the pressure on. So those people that invalidate are going to want to get through that field as quick as they can. But obviously, as desperation comes in, mistakes happen.
What a move! What a move! Sorry, Pillars. What a move from Suicide 5 on his teammate. I'll tell you what, Bender got it all wrong. He went deep, Pillars. And Suicide 5 says, thank you very much. I'll have that one, Banana. And, well, Harass is all over Bender now. As we look at Johnny M4. Johnny M4 has dropped a few positions. Did start in P9, now in P12. And look at what he's got to contend with. We'll just go on board with him. And there he is there. Look at that. 3 cars in his line of sight. 1, 2, 3, right after another. And I'll tell you what, Harass has made the move. Oh, what a view of that. And that Harass is through. He is through on the Bender and up into P10, Pillars.
Yeah, great move from Harass. Opportunistic, getting it, looking at Bender getting it a little bit wrong. And just launch one up the inside of him. So great move from Harass. See if he can take down the other Samsung now, Suicide 5.
Oh, Dino getting a bit loose. Oh, very, very loose. Lucky to hang on to that one, Dino. Excuse me, but lives to fight another day, of course. And, well, Dino all over T-Mac attack. Definitely looks quicker at this point of the Grand Prix here, Pills.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going for it. He's gone for it.
He's gone for it. Yeah, no, makes it stick. Great move from Dino there. He needs a good week. He's obviously struggled with this season, keeping the car in a straight line. So definitely needs a good week for Dino here.
Absolutely. And, well, we do know he knows about it. We all know he knows about it. He's doing bits in the background, of course. He's up there in P6 and keep going, Dino. The gaps have stabilised a little bit. Your guy, JC, the only one that's sort of trying well out of position is JC in 13th place. But let's not forget, Pillars, the point system here for the sprint round is very different compared to anywhere else. And, well, let's just explain that while we've got a bit of a chance. It's all based on the pots. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, of course. And being there 5 teams, of course. And, well, there you go. The number 1, if you're highest on the grid, the highest pot on the grid will get the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't really matter. You don't necessarily have to win the race to take the most points in the pot, of course. And we'll run through the pots a little bit later on. But there you go. Your guy, JC, getting that job done. And, well, Johnny M4 down into 13th now as Milligames has dropped it well out of that DRS zone. And Fiery Hour has just made that job a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely has. Obviously, the DRS round here is going to be very, very powerful.
Absolutely.
Along with the slipstream as well. So, as that is T-Mac attack is round out of 2. So that's not going to, well, it's going to ruin his sprint race and predominantly, well, his feature race as well. Obviously, probably will be starting at the back now. So that's him not in a good position at all. But yeah, Fari Hour just obviously putting the pump down on lap 2 to get out of the DRS for lap 3, and now we can just chill to the end of the race.
Absolutely there. And well, we've got a big hello to the great man in the chat. How's he? And yeah, you're spot on there, mate. He looks like he is struggling for traction, is the Johnny M4. He has of late the last couple of weeks. He's getting better with the setup. He just hasn't found that sweet spot. And this game is very, very sensitive to regarding pressures and suspension settings. You get it wrong and it's just really horrendous through the race. Well, there you go. Whack is a 3-second time penalty heading Johnny M4's way. Suicide 5 is creeping on Macedonian. He's going to get it done. He's going to get it done. Up in a P7 is the Suicide. Missed the altitude up the top end. And that's where he belongs, of course. Just getting his groove back. He's getting better as the weeks roll by. He'll be loving that. Up in a P7. Now he can chase after Dino. Bopton up in a P5. Has gained a spot off the start, of course. Look at the Pumas. P1, P4, P5. That's exactly what the doctor ordered there, Pills.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely what the God King would have wanted. A Macedonia, I think, dropped it somewhere at the last corner. So obviously that's around and that's for the Marlborough team. But yeah, I think the God King would be loving seeing obviously the three Puma boys in the top 5 there.
Absolutely, absolutely is. Well, there you go. Macedonian down to 17th. And that is a shame, of course. That is a shame. Bender, well, he's come alive again. Look at Harass. He just can't break him at the moment. Bender's still hanging in that DRS zone. But I tell you what, running out of laps. We are on lap 5 of 9 in this sprint race, of course, Pillars. The second of many of sprint races to come, of course. This is the second one ever that we've ever done here in this league. And, well, why not when the game caters for it? It's absolutely stunning, whereas last game, of course, there had to be a whole lobby resets and stuff like that. It was a bit crazy, but this game absolutely caters for it and is absolutely brilliant. And, well, your guy JC's up there in P10. Look at him. Look at the pot 2. He's all over his teammate, pot 4. I wonder if we're going to see some team orders here. Because your guy JC's well out of position. He's fighting for a championship and he wants to be up there. Of course, who is the pot 2s? Scotty is a pot 2. Excuse me, who else is a pot 2 up there? Dino is a pot 2. So at the moment, your guy JC is the third highest pot 2. And well, he's got to get well up to past Dino to gain a place there, as Droftas has joined their Pillars. So Droftas might be able to share his screen with you when he gets all going there, mate. And, well, we'll get this one underway, of course. Yes, he's all over Footy Bender here, mate. Just hanging on there. But look behind him, Johnny M4. Well, I'll tell you what, he might have found it. Well, he might be loving this part of the Grand Prix. He's come alive again, and that is a shocking sound. I'll tell you what, that sound glitch is horrible.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But, you know, the game is just full of shit.
Edgy at the moment. But so, we will push on, mate.
We're mugged. We buy it every season.
Well,
so, we can only look at ourselves.
Well, that's exactly right. Boycott. No, I'm joking. As we move on, your guy JC is, like I said, he's still behind his teammate. Bender is not, he's not giving an inch at the moment, but look what's happening behind. Bender doesn't want to lift too much because I tell you what, Johnny M4, and Broken Reptile are there waiting to pounce. Look at him. And look at this. Your guy JC with a killer exit. Bender is going to fight. Is Bender going to fight? Is he going to let him go? No, he's let him go. He's just let off just a touch early. That's how you do it. Well done, Bender. And that is a perfect way to let your teammate by without costing yourself too much time. Pillars, let me know when you're sharing screens and all that sort of stuff, because I'll go back to what I have.
Yeah, no, I'll wait a couple more laps, mate, and I'll wait to the end of this.
Yeah, no worries.
And then, yeah, I'll hop and I'll get on with the sharing screen with
the new Portonian doing bits in the background. Yeah. Thank you, Droftas. As, well, Blue Dog dropped a little bit as well. Not too sure what happened with the Blue Man, but he has got Brad Tay and 2-5. 2-5 did start in P17, only able to gain a couple of spots. Oh, Blue bit loosey-goosey. Blue Dog. I tell you what, he loves a bit of a snap, does the Blue, but he's very good at holding it. And have a look at this. I mean, it's poetry in motion here, Pillars. Of course, guess who's in front of him? Mr. Brad Tay. And these two, I'll tell you what, they love it. They absolutely love it. Nose to stern yet again. And, well, they're probably having a good old giggle about it. It's becoming too regular. This is just the norm from these two. And we love every minute of it, of course. And, yes, as... well, Housey Xerxes in the chat. Awesome, boys. Who is that? Old footy bender going by Johnny M4. Job done. And, well, Bender's been hovering around that 9th, 10th, 11th spot. And, well, he's got some company around him, of course, as Harass. Well, there is your guy, JC. Getting by Harass. Well, he didn't take too long to get that done, did he? Holy moly. He's got Suicide 5 next. We are on lap 8 of 9. Can he do it, Pillars? Can he do it?
I mean, there's no reason why he can't. But we shall see. Obviously, 2 laps left to go. And obviously now this is where the pressure kind of mounts up in the sprint races a little bit more because you don't want to make a mistake this late on in it.
Yeah, exactly right, of course. It determines the starting grid for the feature race, folks. If you are not aware, and well, these boys all do know that. And as you do say, Pillars, it will punish it. And this track, you get it wrong, and it doesn't matter what sort of race setup, race scenario you are in. It does punish you. It does punish you. Even a mistake on track punishes you here big time because it's such a high-speed track, and you lose so much time. And well, that's what it's all about: keeping it smooth. And keeping that KPH or MPH is what you boys use over there. Up there, Pillars.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, looking at the gaps, I mean, it's going to get pretty tasty. Obviously, between the two Puma boys, between Scotty and Bops, and see who's going to be taking that extra space. But then, yeah, I mean, all the teams are pretty quite close together, apart from Marlborough. We seem a little bit spaced out, but you know, just teasing you boys at the moment, I believe, in this one.
Yes, well, I mean, the tease has gone on long enough, Pillars. Of course, well, relinquished the combined championship lead, mate. They relinquished it. Who the boys we're watching? We're watching Mr. Fury Strat. And, of course, Team Samsung is on the hunt. Puma is there as well, of course. But I'll tell you what, these Samsung boys have come alive. And look at the grid. Of course, P3, P7, P8, and P10 at the moment. The only team really doing better, I would have to say, would be the Pumas in this sprint race. Of course, P1, 4, and 5. That's just stunning. Absolutely stunning from them. And, well, last lap here, Pills. Last lap.
Is indeed, yeah. Looking like Farial is just absolutely chilling at the moment. I mean, the pace this guy's got is a bit of a joke, really. So, but all that Milligators can do is really just stay up there. But, I mean, the rest has been a really good sprint race. So, hopefully the feature race can provide some more great entertainment for us here.
Wow.
But I will leave you in the hands of Droftas, mate. I've just got to nip out of the office for a second.
Yeah,
so
yeah. No worries, mate. No worries. Of course, the new Portonian is here. But look at it, Bobden and Scotty. They're going to hold suit. They will hold suit. Bobden is going to take the highest pot 4. Does not need to pass his teammate. Scotty will be the highest pot 2. And there you go. Fiery Hour winning here. Winning the sprint race. Going to start from pole position. Milligains, P2. Great race from them, boys. Fury holding off a late barrage of fire from the Pumas to finish in 3rd. Scotty and Bopton 4th and 5th. Dino, well done, Dino. P6. Suicide 5 making up a bucket load of positions. Same with Harass. Holy shit. Up in a P8 from Harass. Broken Reptile jumps up into 9th. The Mumbo! What's going on? What's going on in the background? What's going on in the background? No. There's cars all over the joint. Wow, what an ending. And, well, there you go. Dropdash is in the commentary box, but his microphone is on mute. I don't know if he knows that, realizes that. Oh, my screen has gone all funny, and I've got to stop sharing. 1 second. Oh. All right, so there you go. That is the running order, and, well, Fiery Hour on top. This will determine the grid, and there it is. There it is there. So let's just have a look what happened at the back. And we'll flick this one down, and well, there you go. Dawsey, bit of a connection issue. Unfortunate from him. But JC, Brad Tate, look at that. They dropped a bucket load of positions. And look who gained. 2-5. Bender didn't really... Well, he hovered, didn't he?